Hey, what's up guys? This is June and it's time for an update. So there's a looking bear. So tanks, I would say that all three tanks has gone through some harsh conditions. So the past 2 weeks I was doing some remodeling on the home, so I basically had to cut the lights out for probably a little over 2 weeks solid. So what remains are, I guess, the hardier plants. And as you can see, you look at my previous videos, this was like all covered in like plants, but now the stems are completely drained and dry. There's a couple floating kabumbas here, a couple floating things here, but really the main thing I was really concerned about was the fish. And I did have one casualty, not in the main tank. It was actually in the smaller tank. The little leopard one that I was trying to beef up, he ended up dying because really I couldn't take care of the tank for 2 weeks because all I can do was really just feed him. I had a cover on this to prevent debris and dust from the tile removal and the demo in the house. So it was really just covered up, and all I can do is really just feed them once a day. But yeah, the fish in here are doing, I guess, better than expected. I would think that they would have caught something or stressed out, diseased up. They're doing pretty good. On this side, a little bit of the hardier plants like the Hygro Sunset here is doing a lot better versus the I had a bunch of, it's kind of sad, but yeah, I had a bunch of plants up here. As you can see, like all the plants are bare. All the leaves flew off. A lot of the leaves are up here, just chilling. I'm just gonna basically do an update on all three tanks since it's really pretty much the same for a while. I haven't switched out the 88 soil yet, but once I get a chance, once I get settled in, I will. And it's probably a good time too because everything's dead and everything needs to be replanted and pulled out anyways. As you can see, the discus are doing fairly good, and the only one I'm worried about is this guy here. It looks like he has a little clamp fin here and there from stress, but watch him, he's still eating. He's still doing good. All the other fish are doing pretty decent. They're coloring up. And then on Friday, I did pick up some new discus from Kenny's Discus. They came in and they're looking a little bit not too bad. I picked up 4 of them here. You're probably wondering why they're all red. I'm just trying to pair up some of these. So I picked up another, like for example, picked up another Valentine. That one right there. That one right there. Picked up another blushing red in here somewhere. He's in here somewhere. And anyways, they've probably been in this tank, and this is going to be the quarantine tank until they're ready to go into the other tank. And I'll probably end up moving like at least one of the pairs in here. But this tank was redone, as you can see, and 2 weeks ago when I actually redid it, I had this whole bottom filled with nice plants. The only plants again that survived are some of these hardier ones. I'm surprised these guys survived, but Bruce Philandras, they're pretty hardy, so they ended up surviving. But I had a ton of plants here, a ton of plants in the back, all filled up, ready for it to grow out. But man, that blackout definitely killed the rest of them, so I have to restart, which is fine. Again, fish are doing pretty decent, I guess. They're still a little shy. I think they've nibbled on a couple of food, but they're still fairly new, so I'm still quarantining them, making sure they're good. So they're a little shy back there, so I'll let them be for a little bit. And then finally the other tank here. I'm surprised actually this tank was the best out of all of them. Other than the HC. The HC completely died out. Like they're all dead from the blackout. There's only a couple of them here that survived. And I probably try to save. Try to save these stems here and there. I gotta basically pick all these algae. But yeah, they all died. A couple of my other plants over here are kind of like melted back here, as you can see. But again, this tank was mainly the Bruces, and as you can see, they're all alive because they're pretty dang hardy. 2 weeks, man, without lights, black, and they're still like pretty green, pretty like lush. I'm pretty surprised there. Like these are a little bit of the other plants, but they're kind of growing back, so they're doing pretty good. And yeah, even though the tank was covered, this tank was covered as well. But look at this. That's all the nasty debris that came from the demo. I feel really bad for this tank, but I definitely need to clean this. We'll do a couple water changes and try to skim this out. But you see all that nastiness? Yeah. This was and it was covered. So imagine if it wasn't covered. Like this tank would have been caked, and the fish would have probably died. And if you were wondering what I used to cover, I used kind of like the garden weed liner that has like a hose where you can like basically like give moisture and air can exchange through, but it will trap a lot of the dirt and stuff. So that's why I used. And again, still, man, I can only imagine. Poor fish. But yeah, I definitely do a water change for these guys, keep them up. But it looks like I didn't have any casualties, which is good in terms of the fish. All of them are doing pretty good. I definitely need to clean this dude up. So yeah, that's what it was. I'll probably insert a clip in terms of how I covered him up during the demo. It was pretty crazy, but this is what it is right here. New tiles throughout the house. Look at that. Clean this. But yeah, not really much to update other than these new guys here. Slowly but surely I'll get them all healthy, but they're still red. Look how red they are. Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. Hopefully I can pair them up. I tried to basically match up with these guys I had here, so we'll get those guys going. These guys hasn't laid eggs recently or lately, but we'll try to get these guys going. And I'll probably end up moving this when I rescape or remodel this with the ADA soil over, so I'm kind of keep them a little isolated over here, giving the other fish a little bit more room. I don't know, I might isolate another one for another pair, but I don't know, I'll probably keep them with that one. But yeah, and that's the update for June, guys. Crazy stuff. Lost all my plants. If you guys want to experiment or do the same, definitely try it out. 2 weeks, no light. Here's the tanks all covered up, ready for the remodeling. Just got some weed protector thing that has holes in here for the fish. They're chilling in there, doing their own thing. I turned off the lights, so be kind of blacked out for a couple of days here, but getting the tiles redone all the way down here. So yeah. Peace.